So, heading into Super Bowl 55, everyone was saying that Patrick Mahomes versus Tom Brady is the equivalent of Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. And the matchup did not live up to the hype. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs. And they actually held their end of the bargain. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes, he choked in Super Bowl 55. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they got destroyed, bullied, and pushed around, and they came up small. And here's the thing, people. The following statement might bring some sadness and disappointment and discomfort to some individuals, particularly Patrick Mahomes fanboys and Kansas City Chiefs fans, but it's the honest truth. And I really hate saying this because I actually really do root for Patrick Mahomes. I really am a big fan of his game. But Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion, will never become the greatest quarterback of all time. Patrick Mahomes is never going to surpass Tom Brady. And in reality, Patrick Mahomes, based on the way that he went out and lost and choked in Super Bowl 55, based on Patrick Mahomes getting destroyed in Super Bowl 55, Patrick Mahomes can never surpass Tom Brady on the all-time list for greatest quarterback of all time. Now, can Patrick Mahomes eventually become a top 5 quarterback of all time? Absolutely. Can he potentially maybe become the second greatest quarterback of all time one day? Absolutely. It's a tall task, but I could see Patrick Mahomes maybe, giving Joe Montana and Peyton Manning and John Elway and Aaron Rodgers a run for their money. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I think that Joe Montana is the second best quarterback of all time. I'd say the top 5 quarterbacks of all time right now, in order, I would say it's Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, John Elway, and Aaron Rodgers. I can see Patrick Mahomes knocking a couple of those guys over, and I could see him becoming a top 5 quarterback of all time. But even that hill is a steep hill to climb. And I know what you Chiefs fans are probably saying. Oh, if Patrick Mahomes continues to dominate, win Super Bowls, he'll pass Tom Brady one day. Okay, since you want to go there, since you Patrick Mahomes people out there that want to anoint him before he actually earns his stripes, okay, let's do this. Let's evaluate what Patrick Mahomes will have to do to surpass Tom Brady, in my opinion, okay? I actually don't think Patrick Mahomes needs to win 7 Super Bowls to surpass Tom Brady, because here's the thing. If Patrick Mahomes wins 5 Super Bowls and he has close to or just as good of numbers as Tom Brady, you can make a strong case he probably already might be in the conversation for being the greatest quarterback of all time, because he passes the eye test. He passes I watched him play his games and he was better than everyone else in the NFL outside of maybe a prime Aaron Rodgers. That's how talented Patrick Mahomes is. He passes the talent and the eye test. That matters because Tom Brady, he's not one of the 5 to 10 most talented quarterbacks we've ever seen. Tom Brady, for the most part, gets by in this GOAT conversation because of his accomplishments and because he's been super clutch in big games and because he's compiled great numbers. But see, here's the thing, people. Tom Brady has put together 20 years of greatness. His rookie year, he did not play, so I didn't count the extra year. But Tom Brady, he's been in the NFL for 21 years, and he's shown greatness for 20 of those years. Tom Brady right now is first all time in touchdown passes with 581 career touchdowns, and depending on how long he plays, he very well could be at 600 touchdown passes by the end of next year. He's second all time in passing yards. He's neck and neck with Drew Brees. He'll probably pass Drew Brees in passing yards on the all-time list this year. He's got 79,204 passing yards. He's one of 6 players to win at least 3 MVP awards in the regular season. Tom Brady has been to 10 Super Bowls. He's won 7 of them. He's got 5 Super Bowl MVPs. And at 43 years old, Tom Brady is still to this day arguably a top 5 to top 10 quarterback. Are we sure Patrick Mahomes is going to be that good by his age 43 season? We could talk about the fact that Tom Brady has a 34-11 postseason record. And not to mention, here's the final real caveat. Tom Brady change sceneries and won the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a Super Bowl. That shows that he's beyond a system quarterback. That shows that he's beyond Bill Belichick. That shows that he might have very well been the Patriots' way. Anytime you can be like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and go to two separate franchises and win them Super Bowls, I give you a bunch of brownie points. I really do. Okay? And even if Patrick Mahomes somehow gets to 5 or 6, maybe 7 rings, if he's lucky, even if Patrick Mahomes piles up like 600 career touchdown passes, 80,000 yards, you know what people are going to say? They're going to say that in the end, Patrick Mahomes lost to Tom Brady in Super Bowl 55. When they played head-to-head, the old man Tom Brady was better than the young gun Patrick Mahomes. That's what they're going to say. See, here's the thing, people. We never saw Kobe Bryant and LeBron James face off in the NBA Finals. We never saw LeBron James and Michael Jordan face off in the NBA Finals. We've never seen, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady face off in a Super Bowl. We saw AFC Championship games, but never a Super Bowl, We never saw Joe Montana and Tom Brady face off in a Super Bowl, okay? So the closest accurate representation we can get is head-to-head matchups, and we got the best test out there between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady because we saw both of them play on the same field together with equal rosters, equally great coaching staffs, stacked teams, your team versus my team. I'm a great quarterback, you're a great quarterback, and Patrick Mahomes came out small. That's what happened. And here's the thing, people. Tom Brady is 43 years old. You mean to tell me Patrick Mahomes, you really think Patrick Mahomes has a shot to beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl if he's 32, 33 years old? I doubt it, because if you can't beat the 43-year-old Tom Brady, what makes you think you're messing with the Tom Brady smack dead in the middle of his prime? Tom Brady is way past his prime. And he just won a Super Bowl because he was on a great team, but he's still a really good quarterback. But the bottom line is, if you can't mess with 43-year-old Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, there's probably no way on earth you were ever going to mess with 33 or 34 or 30 or 28-year-old Tom Brady, who was smack dead in the middle of his prime. Now, look, I will say, the one saving grace for Patrick Mahomes potentially out there is this. He's obviously got to win a bunch of Super Bowls. He's obviously got to, pile up the numbers. But if Patrick Mahomes somehow, some way can get a Super Bowl rematch and he can beat Tom Brady, that would go a long way for his legacy. But Patrick Mahomes has a long way to go before he's even considered a top 5 quarterback of all time, as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, if I were to bet money, Patrick Mahomes ain't catching Tom Brady on the all-time greatest quarterback list, and it's not going to be close. Tom Brady is by far and away the greatest quarterback of all time, and it's by a Grand Canyon country mile, in my opinion. Patrick Mahomes will never surpass Tom Brady for all the reasons that I mentioned. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big-time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.